Sa Oikhata, the Vedic influence. Sa Asrijata. We give seeds with a particular part of the body, but Mahavishnu, simply by glancing over the material nature, Mahatattva, he impregnates the material nature with so many living entities. Sa Asrijata, Sa Oikhata, these are the incarnations. The Supreme Personality can give birth through his eyesight. He doesn't require to use it genital, because we get information from Brahma Samhita. Angani jasya sakalendriya vitrimanti pasyanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti ananda chinmaya rasa. These are descriptions in the Brahma Samhita. We can see only with our eyes, but the Brahma, Parabrahma, Vishnu, he can beget children also with the eyesight. We can eat with our mouth, tongue, but Krishna can eat by seeing. Sometimes the argument is put forward by the atheist class of men that you are offering foodstuff to the deity, but when he has eaten, the foodstuff is still lying there. Children may be taken away. So, he does not know, the atheist class man, that Krishna can eat simply by seeing. He has eaten everything, and again he has left everything. Punnasya punnamadaya punnamaiva bhushasya. This is Krishna's eating. He can eat the whole foodstuff, and it still remains as prasadam for distribution to the devotee as it is. So the atheist cannot see it. They think that it is lying there. It is lying there. But no, that is not the fact. Krishna has eaten. And Krishna simply is seeing by the eyes, he has eaten. It is a great science one has to learn. So we are all sons of God. This is a fact. Either I am human being or demigod or cats or dog or tree or plants or insect, anything, all living entities. Krishna says, Sarvajonishu. Sarvajonishu means all different forms or species of life. As many living entities there are, they are all my sons. Aham Bijapadupita. I am the seed living father. Or they are all my sons. This is our relationship. Actually, this is our relationship with Krishna. And as the father and son relationship means, the son may live at the cost of the father. Father has got immense property, they can enjoy, but they must remain very obedient to the father. Very natural. Then he is happy. If the father is very rich man, he has got all the resources, and if the son is obedient, then where is trouble? Is there any trouble? Father wants simply, father is ready to give all the property to the sons. That is natural inclination. And the son's duty is to just to become obedient to the father. But that too you have rebelled. No. Why shall I be obedient? That's what he says. Evam paravidhyani na kottitang prakite all the living entities in this material world, they are thinking that I am proprietor, I am supreme, I can do anything, whatever I like. There is no question of accepting any authority of God. These are primitive thoughts. We are self-sufficient. That means he is speaking all nonsense under the influence of Prakriti. He is a rascal, number one, just like a madman speaks so many things, full of rascaldom. Nobody cares for. Similarly, when a devotee sees that a non-devotee atheist is claiming so many things for himself without giving credit, even big Swamis are teaching that why you are giving credit to God. The communists also, there are big Swamis, they also say like that you are working hard, you have got some good result, why you are giving credit to God? These things have been taught. And the atheist also said, I have worked hard and I have achieved this nice result, it is due to my labor. But when he is in loss, then the credit goes to God. Bhagavan ki ichha hai, chala gaya. When he gets something, that is his credit. And he loses something, that goes to the responsibility of God. Why God has created so much trouble, why God has so many things. So this is foolishness. Kaya abhijita. This is called spell of Maya. So under the spell of Maya, paravidhyanena kottittam, he becomes independent and talks all nonsense. Prakriti krimanani gunai karmani sarvas. Prakriti krimanani gunai karmani sarvasa. Ahankara vimulatma kartaham iti mannate. Actually, he is being pulled by the material nature, like dog chained. He has to do according to the master desire. Similarly, we are also chained by the Prakriti, material nature, and we are being forced to act according to the dictation of the material nature. But ahankara vimulatma, because he is bewildered, he is thinking, he will find in the beast so many dogs, they are very proudly jumping and thinking that I have got full independence, but actually he is dependent. So every one of us, we are dependent on Prakriti. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu described the constitutional position of the living entity. When Sanatana Goswami inquired, what is the constitutional position of us? Yes, it is a fact, this is intelligence. It is a fact that we are under the control of the material nature, Devi Jisagunami, Mamo, Maya, and we are acting under the control of material nature. However great scientist I may be, however great politician, prime minister I may be, but when nature will say, please get out, we have to do it. You cannot, by your so-called scientific method, you can say, no, I shall remain. Who can drive me away? That is not possible. So, this is a fact that they are defying the authority of God. They do say, what is the use of accepting God? Because foolish. It's like the communist class men, they say, religion is the cause of fall down of the human society. religion. Therefore they are very much against religion. When I was in Moscow, in the airport, my custom checking was being done, so they found out one Bhagavad Gita. So immediately the custom officer called police. So I thought, now my destiny is finished, because I know that these people send anyone to some unknown place. You cannot question. In our country that is also coming very soon. Anyone government can send anywhere. So the policeman, two policemen came, so they saw the Bhagavad Gita. Of course, by Krishna's grace, they say, oh no, there is nothing dangerous, they can go. This is the country, Moscow. I have got practical experience in going there, and all is suspicious. And the people in general, they are very unhappy. Very unhappy, because they have no freedom. A young man cannot go out of the country. So, they may advertise so much, but so far I have got experience. The most wretched country. Everyone is fearful. And they are not very prosperous, not rich. Comparing to the other cities of Europe or America, Moscow is a very poor city. Anyway, this defines the authority of God. This is our main material disease. That is explained. Evam pararidhyanena kartittam. It's foolishness. Kartittam, he is completely under the control of material nature. Still he is thinking, I am free, I am the master, I can do anything, whatever I like, there is no need of accepting the authority of God. This is called Maya. Maya mohita. Trivi gunoi bhavai mohita. Na vijanati mameva paramabhyam. These rascals, they are bewildered by the three kinds of material modes of nature. Trivi gunoi bhavai mohitam. Na vijanati mameva param. They cannot understand that in the background of everything there is the supreme authority of God. This is called atheism. Although they are being kicked every moment by the modes of material nature, they are feeling that I am under the control of some power, superior power. That is appreciating. Just like I gave you the example, the death, janma mrityu jara vyadhi. They are trying to stop the birth control, but still the statistics is every second or every moment, every 3 minutes, there is one population increased. So, this is janma. Similarly, mrityu. Mrityu means death. So, there are so much scientific improvement, medicine and technology and so many things, but who can check mrityu, death? Even the scientists cannot. Big scientists, why do they not manufacture something that as soon as I am dead, please inject this medicine, I will come out again? No, that is not possible. So you cannot solve the problem of janma, or you cannot solve the problem of mrityu. You cannot solve the problem of being old, invalid, disease. Then where is your solution of problems? But still they are proud. We are advancing. What you have advanced? The real problem are there. Nobody can solve. Try the history of the whole world. There had been so many big empires. The Roman Empire, the British Empire, the Mughal Empire. But where are those empires and what are those emperors? When I go to Agra, I pass through the fort, and they saw here the emperor Shahjahan lived, here the emperor. Where is the Shahjahan? Now the place is there. Similarly, in France, in the park, there is Napoleon's statue, Napoleon and France, the identity. And I asked them, France is there, but where is Napoleon? So, this is going on, foolishness. So many foolish persons, full of, and they are controlling this material world. Therefore, it is very precarious condition. Andhajathandhai rupaniyamana stiti ishatantra urudami badhya. Ishatantra, just like if your hands and legs are tied very fast with some rope, and if you say, I am independent, what is the meaning of it? If your hands and legs are tied up by strong rope, and still you think that you are independent, has it got any meaning? Similarly, we are tied up by the stringent rules and regulation of the material nature so fast, and still we think that we are independent. Is that very sanity? No. Even in your eating process, you are so much tied up by the rules and regulation that if you eat little more than you can digest, then there will be some disease immediately. Immediately there will be indigestion, diarrhea, you will have to suffer. If you enjoy, when you are youthful, too much sex life, then after a few days you will be impotent, no more sex life. In this way, we are simply tied up by the rules and regulation of the material nature, and still we are defying the authority and thinking, I am independent. This is called rascals, mudha. They have been described in the Bhagavad Gita as mudha, all rascals. You cannot control the laws of material nature, and you are thinking you are independent. And the laws of material nature means material nature is the agent. Real conductor is Krishna. Krishna says, Maya dhakshena prakiti swate sacharacharam ritunanena kaunteya jagad viparivartate. So, behind the material nature, there is God. Under His direction, material nature is working. Chaya vajasya bhuvanani vibhatti Durga. Durga, the material nature, power, is working just like chaya, shadow. So, in this way, there is a Bengali verse, Pishachi paile jano motichhanno hoy, mayagrasta jiber sei dasha upoja. Pishachi, ghost, witch, there is some haunting of ghost, and when a man is ghostly haunted, he speaks so many nonsense, mayagrasta. Pishachi paile jano moti bhrantaha. Similarly, under the spell of Maya, we defy everything. Where is God? Can you show me God? He's seeing every step, God. God is explained in the Bhagavad Gita how you can see God in every step. If you learn how to see God, that is taught in the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, Rasoham apsu kaunteya prabhasmi sasisudya. God is teaching that you try to see me in this way. What is that? When you taste the taste of the liquid, water or anything, rasoham apsu kaunteya, that taste is ham. So, you want to see God, but you are tasting so many liquid things. Why don't you think that here is God? The taste is God. God is teaching. You learn how to see God. This blunt eyes, how you can see God now? You try to see God in this way, as God says. Rasoham apsu kauntiya, prabhasmi sasusuddhaya. Now, if actually a philosophical minded man is there, if he simply makes research on where from this nice taste came in the water, he can see God. Because ultimately he has to come to God. If he makes research where from the sunshine came, you can say the sunshine is coming from the sun glow, but for further research work you cannot go in there. But if you are actually student, philosophical minded, if you make darshan, philosophy means darshan. Darshan means seeing. See more, see more, see more. In this way he will ultimately come. Ishara parama, then he will come to this conclusion. Bhaunam janvanam ante jnanaman mang prapaddati. If you are actually serious student, research worker, then after executing research work for many, many births, when you are actually wise, jnanavan, then you will surrender to Krishna. The Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlava. This is the way. But these rascals, infatuated by false ego and under the spell of material nature, being kicked by material nature, thinking that he is Katti Karta, Kartaham iti mannate. Kattitam, we have made so much advance in research, so much scientific advancement, this and that, so many things. No, it is not possible. Without God's hand, you cannot do anything. Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishta matta smriti jnanam apohanancha. A scientist working very hard to find out some chemical or some physical thing, but there are many others working, but unless Krishna from within gives his proper intelligence, he cannot invent the particular thing. That's not possible. Krishna gives him intelligence. Matta smriti jnanam apohanancha. Two scientists working, one has become successful and one is not successful. Why? Both are working very hard. The one is favored by Krishna and the other is not favored. Otherwise, how you can explain? If material knowledge is sufficient, both of them working hard to find out the truth of a scientific discovery, but one is able to find out, another is not able, then how you can explain these discrepancies? The only explanation is that one is favored by Krishna and the other is not favored. Actually, it so happened, you know, this Marconi's invention of wireless telegram. So, Marconi and many other scientists were working on this line. One of them was Sir Jagadish Chandra Bose. So, this was explained by Sir Jagadish Chandra Bose in a meeting. I was a boy at that time in Calcutta. That they were discussing, Marconi and Dr. Bose, Sir Jagadish Chandra Bose, about these waves. And so, actually Dr. Bose discovered this wireless. The Marconi heard it from Bose and immediately published in the paper. And the British government gave him preference. He became the inventor of this wireless telegram. But actually it was Dr. Bose. So that means he was favored. Krishna gave him intelligence. Now take these opportunities. Takes this theory explained by Dr. Bose and he published it. He gave the name. Nimitta matra bhava sabbasacha. This is the explanation. One is working very hard, day and night, and the another is enjoying the result. Why? That is prakritakriyamanani gunaik sarmani karmani sarvasa ahankara. You may think that you are doing, but you are under the control of the material nature, and the material nature is controlled by the Supreme Personality of God. Therefore, ultimately, you are controlled by the Supreme Personality of God. But being spelled by the material nature, he is thinking that evang paravidhyanena kartritang prakrite pavan karmasu kriyamaneshu gunairatmani mannate. Atmani, gunai. So, we have contracted, we have infected some prakriti, some guna from quality of the material nature, we are acting in that way. At the present moment, the material life means we are all working under the spell of this material nature. Gunai. So, I have got this body, Indian body, I am thinking, I am Indian, my duty is like this, like that. One is born in America, he is thinking like that. One is born in dog family, he is thinking like that. One is born in cat family. In this way, different varieties of body and different varieties of thinking. Different varieties of body. It is due to the body. So, karmasu kriyamaneshu, we do actually according to the body or according to the temperament. Karmasu kriyamaneshu gunai, and that is spelled by this material nature. And I am identifying myself in that way. I am this, I am that, I am Hindu, I am Muslim, I am Christian, I am Brahman, I am American, I am Christian, like that. Gunai karmani sarvasa. So this is our conditional life. Maybe Kapil Dev is speaking on the subject matter of Atma Darshan. So if we identify like that I am American, I am Indian, I am Brahman, I am Kshatri, or I am cat and dog, then we shall continue this life, this conditional life by the material nature. We shall continue forever, nitya-baddha. Forever means we cannot calculate how long we shall continue. That is actually, but because I do not know from whence it has begun, neither I know when it will end. Therefore it is called nitya-baddha. Nitya-baddha. So we are nitya-baddha, eternally bound up by these laws of material nature. And we are wandering throughout the universe according to karma. Uddam gacchanti sattvasta. If we work on the satagun, gunai karmani, we vichitra, there are so many varieties. So we may go sometimes up to Brahmaloka. That is not very difficult. But abrahma bhupana lokan punaravartina. Either you go to Brahmaloka or Patal Loka or any Loka, this form or that body, you will have to go through these four principles of material condition: birth, death, old age and disease. That is not possible to overcome. That you can overcome only mami vajaprapadante mayami kamkaram. Therefore the conclusion is that instead of serving under the spell of material nature, let us immediately transfer our position to become the original. Original means eternal servant of God, Krishna.
Chapter, text number 17, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on December 26, 1974, in Bombay, India.
O my dear mother, O daughter of Swayambhuva Manu, the time factor, as I have explained, is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. from whom the creation begins as a result of the agitation of the neutral, unmanifested nature.
प्रकृते गुणसाम्यस्य निर्विशेषस्य मानवी चेष्टा जतस्य भगवान काल इत्युपलक्ष्य. Now Bhagavan Kapila is describing what is the kala, time factor. Time factor is another manifestation or feature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Kala, the beginning of creation, that is the beginning of Kala. So, that beginning started by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sa Ikhata, these are the Vedic information. The Lord glanced over the Mahatattva, Sa Sujata, and in this way creation began. Creation is not without the touch of the Supreme Purusha, person. Parabrahma, Paramdhama, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan, Purusha. That is Purusha. The Prakriti, woman, and Stri, if she is not in contact with a Purusha, then there is no creation. There is Samavastha. Prakriti Gunasamasya. Without the touch of Purusha, Prakriti remains Gunasamma. No manifestation of the three gunas. Prakriti Gunasammasya Nirvisheshasya. At the time of Nirvishesh, Nirvishesh means without variety. Without varieties. Nirvishesha Manavi, addressing his mother, Devahati. Devahati is the daughter of Swayambhuva Manu. And Swayambhuva Manu brought the daughter before what is Kapil's father's name? Kaddamamani. Kaddamamani was a great mystic yogi, but he desired to marry, and immediately Swayambhuva Manu. The Swayambhuva Manu is also parampara. He is son or sun god. Swayambhuva Manu. Imam vivasati yogam praptavana hamabhyam vivasana manavipra. This Manu is one of our predecessor Guru. Vivasana manavipra. Manu ikha kavi bravit. Evam parampara katham evam rajarsayo vidu. So, the spiritual science was spoken to Vivasana, the sun god. Therefore, the Kshatriyas, there are two families, one from the sun god, one from the moon god. So, Surya Vamsha, Chandra Vamsha. So, those are Kshatriyas coming from the Surya Vamsha. Lord Ramchandra also appeared in the Surya Vamsha. So, Prakriti Gunasammasya. So, Manu belongs to the Surya Vamsha, and the daughter of Manu is Devahati. Therefore, the son is addressing the mother Manavi. Manavi. The Manusha, the word has come from Manu. Manusha. Manusha means coming from Manu. The human race, they are coming from Manu. So, therefore, the human society is controlled by the Manu Samhita. There is a book, Manu Samhita, law giving. Manu has given law. That law, at least the Hindus or the followers of the Vedic principle, their law is Manu, Manusmriti. Manusmriti is also translated in Russian language. Professor Kotowski told me, in my statement there is, he has admitted that we have translated the Manusmriti. So, the Manav, the human race has come from Manu. Therefore it is called Manusha, Manava. And the Manu's direct daughter, Devahuti, is addressed here by his son, Kapildev, Manavi. Prakritit gunasammasya nirvisheshasya. Gunasamma, when the three modes of material nature is not agitated, it is in the neutral stage. Gunasamma. The Gunasamma, the Buddha philosophy is the highest goal, is Gunasamma, where there is no manifestation by the agitation of the gunas. That is their ultimate goal. Gunasamma, Nibbana. On account of agitation of the three gunas, these manifestations are there. And that is called Vishesha. Vishesha means variety. And Nirvishesha or Nibbana, practically the same thing, finish these varieties and again become Nirvishesha, no variety, neutral state. That is the highest perfection of Buddha philosophy. Nirvishesha Shunyavad. There are two kinds of atheistic philosophers. One is Nirvishesha and the other is Shunyavad. So, my students therefore they address Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatar. The whole world is Nirvishesha Shunyavad. Some of them are advocates of zero. There are many big philosophers writing on zero. They believe in zero, but they write volumes of books. Why you are wasting time writing volumes of books on zero? After all, if you are going to be zero, remain zero. So, zero means disgust. Even Mahatma Gandhi, we have also heard in the paper. In the morning, the day when he was killed, the morning he was disgusted with so many different opposing elements, letters and news. So he said that I don't want to live anymore. It is too much disgusting to me. And the same evening he was killed. So this zero void philosophy, when one becomes very much disgusted, they want to make it zero. Finish everything. So this nirvishesha or zero is undeveloped stage. Just like a girl, unmarried girl, is undeveloped stage. But when she comes in contact with a Purusha, then she develops with so many children. So that beginning of motherly life is called time. The time is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Purusha. Now Prakriti herself cannot produce anything. This material manifestation which we see, so beautiful cosmic manifestation, that is not alone by the Prakriti. As the materialistic scientists think that there was a chunk and they became manifested. These are foolish theories. Real is then in contact. Chaikkhata, that is Vedic information. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead glanced over the Prakriti, Mahat-tattva, then the three gunas agitated, and she begins to give birth in so many varieties of the 24 elements. We have already discussed the 24 elements. The ingredients are there, that is Prakriti. And Pradhana means when they are not manifest, and Prakriti means when they are manifest. And Prakriti, Pradhana, and above them there is the Purusha. That Purusha is Bhagavan, Sa Bhagavan. Chesta Jata Sa Bhagavan. Wherefrom the Prakriti begins to manifest. That is with the touch of Bhagavan. How touch? Chaikkhata, by simply glancing over. The Prakriti becomes pregnant. Now, we cannot understand how one can make his wife pregnant simply by glancing. That is possible by Bhagavan. Therefore he is called Almighty. We have got experience. If we want to make pregnant my wife, then we have to use certain sense. That particular sense can make pregnancy. But the Supreme Personality of Godhead, being all-powerful, He can do anything from anywhere, from any sense. That is Almighty. We speak of Almighty, God is Almighty, but we do not understand what is the Almighty. This is Almighty. The Almighty Lord, simply by glancing over Prakriti, He makes the Prakriti pregnant, and the Prakriti produces so many varieties of life. Chesta. Chesta jata sab Bhagavan. So the Prakriti cannot give birth to the varieties. That is wrong theory. That is wrong theory. The real variety begins when the Prakriti is in touch with the Purusha. That is our experience also. How we can say that Prakriti can give birth, a woman can give birth to a child or many children without being touched with man? Where is our experience? There is no such thing. Therefore we should not take Prakriti as everything. We must find out the Purusha. Therefore, the Purusha who gives birth to this material variety, that is Lord Shiva. And the Prakriti which gives birth to these varieties, that is Durga. Therefore, the original Prakriti and Purusha is represented by Shivalinga and Devi pot. Those who are worshippers of Shivalinga, they know the Devi pot and the Shivalinga, their worship. The original father, Krishna says, Aham bija pada pita. I am the seed-giving father. Sarvajunishu kaunteo sambhavanti murtaya. There are varieties of forms of life, how they are being begotten. So Krishna says, Aham bija pada pita. That pita, father, is Lord Shiva. So when Krishna comes in touch with Prakriti for giving birth of these varieties of forms of life, that is Shiva. That is Shiva. Shiva is not different from Krishna, but still Shiva is not Krishna. This is called inconceivable, one and different. Inconceivable, one and different. The example is given just like milk and sugar, dahi. Dahi is not different from milk. It is milk. It is milk, everyone knows. But it is not milk at the same time. You cannot get the benefit of milk by drinking dahi or sugar. Milk is used for different purpose and dahi is different purpose. When you take too much milk, you get dysentery. And if you go to the physician, he gives you some medicine to take with sugar, dahi. So, dahi or sugar is not different from milk, but it is not milk. Similarly, all these demigods, especially Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, they are the original chief demigods from Vishnu. So, these demigods are even we are also the same principle, the living entities. Brahma is also in the category of living entities, and Lord Shiva is between the living entities and the Supreme Lord, in between. Therefore, you cannot keep Lord Shiva as living entity category, neither Vishnu category, via media. Shirang jatha dadhivikara vishesha samyoga. The Supreme Personality of Godhead does not come directly in touch with this Prakriti. But the form by which he touches this Prakriti, that is Lord Shiva. Therefore, Lord Shiva is not different from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. At the same time, he is not the Supreme Personality. This is the conclusion. So that Tishta Jatasya Bhagavan. Therefore, Lord Shiva's another name is Kala Bhairav. Kala Bhairav. And he is the master of the annihilation. When this whole material creation will be required to be destroyed, it will be done by Lord Shiva. It is created by Lord Brahma, it is maintained by Lord Vishnu, and when it will be destroyed, it will be done by Lord Shiva. Therefore, there are three original demigods. So, Kala Bhairav, Chesta, Jatasya Bhagavan, Kala, Ityupalakshita. So Kala, time factor, is the Supreme Personality of God. it is about these 24 ingredients of material elements. It is in between the spiritual element and the material element via media, that kala. This is the description of kala. So, we should not think the real purport of this verse should be understood that if we are misled by thinking that Prakriti is working alone and is giving birth some varieties of things, Sabhishesha, that is wrong thing. It is exemplified like in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, just like in goats you will find on the neck, and it is called neck or throat, there are some nipples. Have you seen it? So if somebody thinks that there is nipple, there will be milk also. No, there is no milk. That is different. Similarly, if some person foolishly thinks that material nature, Prakriti is the cause of varieties of manifestation, that is wrong. That is wrong. It is done by the Purusha, the Supreme Person, through the agency of Prakriti. Just like a man begets children through the agency of woman. Similarly, the varieties of this material world is due to the Supreme Person, Purusha. Purusha Shasvatam, original, eternal Purusha. That is accepted by Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. Parabrahma param dhama pavitram paramam bhavan. Bhavan, you are Purusha Shasvata. So, God is always Purusha. Purusha means the enjoyer, the male part, male and female, two parts required, negative and positive. So, the male part is Bhagavan and the female part is the Prakriti, and combination of Purusha and Prakriti is the varieties of creation. This is Sankhya. So, we should not be misled that Prakriti itself has given so varieties of manifestation, cosmic manifestation. That is not possible. You have to accept the Purusha theory by your practical experience that without Purusha no Prakriti can give birth, anything. Similarly, these varieties of manifestation in the world, in the material world, it is due to the combination of Prakriti and Purusha. So the atheistic philosopher, they think that this combination of Prakriti and Purusha is without any aim, without any idea. Just like a man and woman meets and they may have sex. There was no idea, but they have sex. They give this example. That is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, 16th chapter. There is no aim. And then Purusha becomes subdued by the Prakriti and the manifestation comes. But this Kapila Dev you will find, and we Vaishnava philosophers, we do not admit this, that without any aim, there is aim. Why Krishna says that this material world, bhutta praliyate, bhutta there is aim. The manifestation of Prakriti, cosmic manifestation, is there to give the living entities another chance for liberation. One chance is given, just like we have got, the Prakriti is now manifested, and we are living entities, we are here. Sarvajonishu kaunteya sambhavanti murtaya. In many varieties. So what is the aim? The aim is God realization. By evolutionary process, gradually we come to the human form of life. Pasiting chaturang chaiva. Jiva jatishu. Jiva jati. Jiva under different species of life, they are evolving. Janayana lakhani, savara, lakhavimsati, kinvayam ridra sankhaka, pakshinam dasalakhakam. In this way, the evolution is coming. From aquatics to plants life, then insect, reptiles, then birds, then beasts, then human life. So this human life, civilized human life, followers of the Vedic principle, that is Arya. Therefore the followers of Vedic principle, they are called Arya, advanced. Because those who are followers, just like Manusangita, it is Aryan literature, Vedic literature. So Aryan means advanced. Advanced means civilized. So if we civilized people, we give up this Aryan literature or Vedic literature and take to Jasusi literature to waste our time, sex literature, then we are committing suicide. The Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Anadi Bahirmukh Jeev, Krishna bhuli gela. The Krishna is the original father, we have forgotten. Anadi. Anadi means before the creation. Adi means the creation. So, this is a chance. This creation is there to give us chance to come to our original position, Krishna consciousness. So there is aim. It is not without aim. There is aim. And when there is creation, when there is civilized human being, and still they are not taking to Krishna consciousness, then Krishna comes personally to teach them. Yada yada hi dharma sabdani bhavati bharat tadatmanan siyamaham. So these civilized nations should take advantage of this Vedic literature. The Kadmuni is teaching Sankhya philosophy, Krishna is teaching Bhagavad Gita, and if we do not take advantage of this thing, then again we are in the oblivion. Again the cosmic manifestation will be annihilated and will remain in slumbering state for many millions and millions of years. Again there will be creation. Bhutta bhutta praliyate. This is the mode of creation. So we should take advantage of this Vedic literature. Tad vijnanatham sa gurumeva vidachet. Everyone should approach the bona fide spiritual master and take lessons from the Vedic literature. Then this life will be successful. We are rotting in this material world. Bhutta bhutta praliyate, getting one short type of body, live there for some time, again it is annihilated, again another body, and we do not know what kind of body. That will depend on our karma. So, but you have to accept tatha dehantara prapti. So, this is going on under the influence of Kala. So, people should be enlightened that don't remain asleep. Uttisthata jagrata prapta paran nibodhata. Now you are civilized human being. You can read and write, you can understand. So Jagrata. Now get up, be awakened. Study this Vedic literature, especially the sense of Vedic literature. Srimad Bhagavatam. Nigama kalpatarur galitam phalamidam. Nigama means Vedic literature, Vedic knowledge. And it's ripe in fruit. Nigama kalpatarur galitam phalam idam. Srimad Bhagavatam. So, here Srimad Bhagavatam, chant Hare Krishna and be successful in your life. Thank you very much.